Hello, my fellow intellectuals. With it being a new month, a new year, a new millennium, it's given us a lot of time to sit and think about our lives, what we're doing, etc. But most importantly, allows you to dig deep and really think, who am I? Who am I? I am Bubbles, the costume designer. Has anyone seen Jean-Pierre? Please, please, we have work to do. So as a way for you to get to know me better and for me to get to know me better, I will not be telling you who I am. This book will. It's a handy dandy secret language of birthdays. There's a special couple pages for every month, every day in the year, and it tells you about people born on your birthday. So let's get our handy dandy reading glasses out. Ooh. Jinkies. And see how accurate this book is. September 12th, the day of the Fearless Crusader. I'll tell you this right now. I'm afraid of darn near everything. So immediately, a little skeptical, but let's keep going. September 12th people are concerned with the literal meaning of both the written and spoken word. Not only are they interested in words, but also in language and communication of various types. I mean, I speak 4 languages and I'm a complete grammar snob, but I don't think that's accurate. It could be said that they greatly enjoy having an attentive audience. This is not to imply that they are particularly effusive types. They understand the importance of restraint. Indeed, most born on this day are actually quiet and private people. That's true. Most people do not know anything about me. Overtly active and hardworking, they prefer on occasions to let their actions speak for them instead of the words they value so highly. This is beyond true. Like, literally for me, you can say 14,000 things, but, like, if you can't back it up, what are we doing? Say it with your chest and, like, do it, okay? Ethical issues are of the greatest importance to September 12th people, and those who have public and administrative careers are not only capable of cleaning up the act of an organization or social group, but also of managing to keep it running in a smooth and efficient, albeit unconventional way. This one's kind of funky because that's actually kind of what I, did before mass layoffs. There's like a small company that I work for, and a lot of the stuff that I do just has to do with making things more efficient and helping it grow. So, very interesting. If necessary, they will fearlessly face up to the challenges and difficulties of all types, convinced that the truth will win out in the end. True. Like, literally, my whole thing is just honesty. Like, I'll give you my honest opinion, and I expect to get honesty back. And if I don't, I swear I will sniff it out. For them, truth is a god. However, they are not in any way dreamy-eyed idealists, but rather tough, critical thinkers. This is true. I've run into issues with friends in the past before because I am very, I tend to be relatively realistic. It's sometimes pessimistic, and it kind of bums people out sometimes. Sorry. I'll always tell it how it is. It is very difficult to put something over on them. Also, they are extremely honest and highly resistant to bribe and influence. They prefer to remain objective in most disputes, but when their passions are stirred, they will throw in their lot with the side that they believe is just. This is beyond true. You can't goad me into anything. You can't be like, oh, well, won't you do X to get Y? Nah. Especially with salespeople. Oh my gosh. I know your techniques, I know how you're trying to win me over, but I don't like spending money, so you lost me from the beginning. And then same with arguments too, like usually I stay out of drama and things like that, but if it's truly like incredibly problematic, I might step in for a hot sec. September 12th are not always easy to get in touch with. Both in the workplace and at home, they tend to hide out, surround themselves with all sorts of defense mechanisms, which may make it hard to get through to them. They may feel that this is necessary, however, for they need isolation to concentrate and keep their mental balance is of the utmost important. And keeping their mental balance is of the utmost important to them. That is actually very true. That actually, I think, has come into fruition a lot with quarantine, just because like it's been great to see family and see other people and things like that, but I didn't feel better and start doing this and start being more productive until I was back by myself again. I'll eventually need to see people again, but for the time being, I'm okay. They can be prone to stress and even face breakdowns if their need for privacy is compromised. True, like people get mad at me when I don't want to do things impromptu or whatever, but it's just like, you didn't put it in the schedule, so sorry. I can't help you. Maybe I can next week. Talk to my secretary. Although expansive in thoughts and projects, September 12th people are much too pragmatic and realistic to be blind optimists. True. There's a strongly measured, even cynical streak running through them that despises all forms of overenthusiasm, hysterical behavior, and bombast. This, I cannot emphasize enough, is so true. Like, this happens in all forms. Like, when people try and do the most just for attention, just for people to look at them, just for people to laugh, it is never entertaining to me, and it makes me just want to give you, like, absolute nothing back. Like, people who, you know, are yelly at parties or, like, trying to, I don't know, it's just, I can tell when you're like, forcing yourself to be 50% more than you normally would, you know what I mean? And then that means you're not being authentic, you're not being honest, and then I don't want anything to do with it. If you're naturally excitable, and like to be around people, that's completely different. I like people who are natural energizers, but if you're just like, like, please get away from me. I don't have time for it. I don't. I'm sorry. I can't help you. They believe people should carry themselves naturally and simply tell it as it is. What did I just say? Like, oh my goodness. On the other hand, those born on this day love to spice up their own language with sizable doses of irony and dry humor. Yeah, I don't really like punny or super obvious joke humor. I really like smart, witty, and clever humor. And then like a little bit of absurdist stuff like...
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I haven't seen her in years. It's weird because...
They must be careful making enemies of all sorts, particularly in the criminal underworld and higher political and social echelons. Hello? Is there some sort of agenda that I don't know about? I am the goodiest of two shoes. Like, I never broke the law. I didn't drink underage. I've never smoked. None of that. Like, I do not want anything to do with any sort of criminals. It says criminal underworld. Like, keep me as far away from that as humanly possible, please and thank you. The key to success for September 12th people lies in their ability to balance their mental and physical sides, harness their nervousness and critical energies, and manage to periodically withdraw from their active life for well-needed rest periods. I can agree with that. Structuring a meaningful private life, including close friends, family, and permanent lovers. That position is open for anyone who would like to apply. It will be a difficult but challenging task for these kinetic people. They must learn how to share meaningfully and compromise if the happiness the world offers is to be theirs. I think that was pretty accurate. That helps if you don't know me or you've known me for a while but you don't really know me, that is a pretty accurate description of what I'm like and how I process things. Obviously, one page is not enough to actually describe an entire human being, but they did a pretty good job. I hope that this properly answered the question. Maybe we'll look back at this in a year and see if anything has changed, but I hope that you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better, getting to know me in the YouTube space again. I will be posting every Saturday from now on, and if you haven't seen the intro video, it kind of will explain the format. So next week will be a bandwagon video. I haven't decided what I want to do, but I might be doing like a mukbang or something. We'll see. And yeah, you know, like and subscribe, like all that YouTuber jazz, and stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Appreciate ya. Okay, bye.